On the night of May 13th, 2026, Lil Tjay posted screenshots of private DMs to his Instagram. The messages were between him and Gigi Alayah, the former girlfriend of Twitch streamer Kai Cenat. Within hours, the posts were gone, but DJ academics had already captured everything and pushed it to X, where it spread immediately. The messages themselves ranged from conversations that were approximately 5 years old, all the way to a single recent exchange dated May 12, 2026, one day before the post, in which Gigi wrote, "Don't just open my shit crazy." That line is what everyone latched onto. It implied an ongoing connection, and it put a very specific timestamp on an interaction most people didn't know was happening. This wasn't TJ's first time inserting himself into Kai Cenat's personal life. It was actually the latest entry in a pattern that goes back at least 2 years. And understanding that pattern is important, because without it, the May post looks random. With it, it looks like a strategy. Lil Tjay and Kai Cenat are both from the Bronx. That shared geography did not generate any goodwill between them. The tension between rappers and streamers has been a low-level war in internet culture for years, with rappers accusing content creators of profiting off hip-hop culture without earning it, and streamers arguing they've built their own independent lane. Jay has been one of the more vocal rappers on that side of the argument. During Kai's Mafia Fon 2 marathon stream in late 2024, Tjay posted a comment targeting both Kai and Adin Ross, calling them the biggest writers in life. This was a public shot, not a private frustration. Kai didn't engage with it at the time. The next documented escalation came through the Placo Boy Max stream incident, where Tjay and Fivio Foreign showed up and refused to stop smoking inside an Airbnb, despite repeated requests from Placo Boy Max. When the streamer tried to address it, the situation spread across social media, with both rappers choosing to air the grievance publicly.
All right, now Lil Tjay has some issues with Adin Ross and Kai Cenat, and he basically posted a screenshot of Kodak Black and Kai Cenat
rather than resolve it quietly. By September 2025, Tjay had moved into more specific territory. He posted, "You know why I don't like Kai? 'Cause he be on my real ops, D*CK. He knows it. We all know it." The referenced op was a Boogie Wit Da Hoodie, a fellow Bronx rapper who has had documented friction with Tjay and who is friendly with Kai. Kai's response was measured. He posted that he genuinely minds his business and expressed surprise that he kept getting pulled into drama he hadn't started. "It's unfortunate that you didn't even text me or nothing." That response gave Tjay an opening he used immediately. He sent Kai a series of DMs. Kai left every single one on scene. For a DG angle, entered the conversation. Jay, apparently trying to find a pressure point that would get Kai to react, posted publicly, "Naya, probably mad about his BCH." He then followed that with an Instagram story challenge directed at Kai. "Go through that phone on stream, let's react." This was an implicit claim that Gigi had been in contact with Tjay, and that checking her phone would reveal something. Kai did not respond to this publicly. On October 3rd, 2025, Tjay released a YouTube-exclusive mixtape called Focus on the Music.
Hey, boom, they want me to stop it, and a lot of times I drop shit.
One of its tracks was titled "Bin Had Gigi Fans," immediately connected it to Kai's girlfriend. Media outlets ran headlines calling it a diss track, but when the lyrics were actually examined, they contained no direct reference to Gigi or Kai by name. First followed Tjay's typical themes: success, clout, flexing on critics. The confrontational content was in the title, not the song itself. Hot New Hip Hop described it as meager and noted that the diss was only in name. What the track did accomplish, regardless of its lyrical content. Kai and Gigi unfollowed each other on social media around the same time it dropped. Whether the timing was a coincidence or a direct response was never clarified by either party. Then came December 27, 2025. Kai Cenat posted on X, "I'm single, I will never be in another relationship again." The post hit 50 million views. Within hours, the internet had generated multiple theories about what caused the split, a pile-on against Gigi, and a new wave of discourse. In the middle of this, someone caught a Lil Tjay Instagram story that read, "A lot of things you thought I did wrong gone age like wine." DJ Academics highlighted it. There's no way to confirm that's what Tjay was referencing.
I don't want to whine about it. I felt like they were still tough on me. They ain't give a fuck. They wanted to hear some shit, like, you feel me?
The post had no caption, no tag, no direct mention of either party. That's the ambiguity Tjay operates in. He posts things that can plausibly be denied as unrelated, but that land in the timeline at moments of maximum impact. By May 2026, Kai was still not streaming. He had stepped away from Twitch following the breakup and was reportedly working on his Vivid fashion line. Tjay, meanwhile, had been through his own carousel of controversy, a situation involving Offset, a project release, They Just Ain't You, that struggled to gain traction, a diss aimed at real Boston Richie, and a round of talk show appearances. He was clearly in promotion mode. The May 13th post, and a leader arrived in that context. The 5-year-old messages established that there was some kind of prior contact between Tjay and Gigi going back years. The May 12th message, "Don't just open my shit crazy," established that they had exchanged messages as recently as the day before the post. Together, the Texan just suggested an ongoing or at least recently active communication. Tjay deleted the post within hours, but academics had already distributed the captures. And from there, they spread to X, Reddit, and Instagram clip pages. Fan reaction split in two directions, though not evenly. The majority of commentary characterized the post as tasteless, a calculated move to embarrass someone whose ex was still visibly hurting, at a moment when Kai had retreated from public life. Multiple outlets pointed out that Kai had stopped streaming following the breakup, that it had clearly affected him, and that continuing to poke at the situation served no one but Tjay's own visibility. The second, smaller camp took the screenshots at face value and treated it as confirmation that Tjay had been telling the truth about Gigi reaching out. But this interpretation required ignoring that Tjay had been making similar claims for months without providing evidence, and that the context of the messages, particularly the older ones, was completely unknown. What's notable about Kai's response is that there wasn't one. Kai did not post, did not address it, did not send any public signal that he'd seen it. He had maintained that posture since December, addressing the breakup only once in a brief Instagram story, in February 2026, in which he asked fans to respect both sides and did not confirm any specific allegations. This silence from Kai is in its own way a statement. He has not given Tjay the reaction he's appeared to be seeking across several months of escalating public moves. Tjay sent DMs, Kai left them on scene. Tjay dropped a track named after Kai's girlfriend. Kai didn't respond. Tjay posted alleged cryptic shade after the breakup. Kai didn't confirm or deny. Tjay posted DMs from Gigi. Kai stayed offline. The post and delete as a tactic deserves its own examination because it has become a specific tool in online conflict. Posting gives you the initial exposure, the screenshots get captured, the reactions pour in, the story generates. Deleting provides a degree of plausible deniability and avoids the post sitting on your page permanently. But in an environment where accounts like academics operate essentially as live archiving services, the deletion window closes within minutes. Anyone who uses post and delete in 2026 knows the deletion is cosmetic. What Tjay's May post accomplished, it confirmed to the public that he and Gigi had exchanged messages as recently as May 12, 2026, roughly 5 months after her public relationship with Kai ended. It renewed coverage of a story that had quieted somewhat since February, and it reinserted Tjay into the Kai Cenat narrative at a moment when he had an active release cycle. What it didn't accomplish? Getting Kai to respond. The beef remains almost entirely one-sided in terms of direct engagement. Kai's sustained silence has, paradoxically, become the most assertive thing he's done in this situation, because every non-response makes Tjay's continued escalation more visible as a unilateral act. And that asymmetry is the actual story here. Tjay has posted DMs, dropped a track, sent messages, and aired grievances across multiple platforms over the course of roughly 8 months. The scoreboard for that effort: 0 public replies from Kai, 0 confirmed reactions from Gigi, and a reputation and online commentary that has shifted from rapper with a legitimate streamer grievance to guy posting his ex-contact's DMs while his album underperforms. The May post was supposed to be a pressure move. Instead, it became the clearest illustration of who this situation is actually costing. And it isn't Kai Cenat. On January 24, 2026, Gabrielle Gigi Alayah uploaded a YouTube video titled The Real. It ran nearly 90 minutes. By the end of it, she had acknowledged crossing a line with a male friend, called her ex-boyfriend's assistant a liar, accused Kai Cenat of cheating.
First of all, Kai knows I don't play that cheating. I'm the type I'm going through everything that you got. I done seen so many people say, oh my God.
And named several members of his inner circle as people who had tried to pursue her. It was one of the more comprehensive public responses anyone in her position had given, and it landed amid a situation that had already been spinning for nearly a month. To understand why the video carried as much weight as it did, you have to go back to December 27th, 2025, and the 48 hours that followed. Kai Cenat posted on X, "I'm single. I will never be in another relationship again." He offered no explanation. He did not name Gigi in the post. He did not use language that implied infidelity, but the phrasing, "I will never be in another relationship again," read to a lot of people as the language of someone who had been burned badly. Not just someone announcing a mutual parting. Post crossed 50 million views and generated more than 20,000 comments within the day. What happened next followed a pattern that plays out regularly in online celebrity drama. An anonymous X account posted a claim that Gigi had cheated on Kai with rapper NBA YoungBoy. The post spread rapidly. Other accounts picked it up. Some attributed it to DJ Academics, who had no involvement in originating it. A detail Academics himself had to clarify on livestream the same evening. A separate claim circulated that NBA YoungBoy had purchased Gigi a pink G-Wagon she had previously requested from Kai on stream. None of these claims came with evidence. All of them were from anonymous or pseudonymous accounts. The original post was later confirmed to have originated from a parody account. None of that stopped the pile-on from happening. Gigi responded the same day on Instagram stories, making 4 core claims: that she was the one who ended the relationship, that she had never cheated on Kai, that she had never had any contact with NBA YoungBoy, and that Kai was allowing a false narrative to take shape online without intervening. Her direct phrasing was, "I left, now you want to get on the internet and rush to paint a false narrative about me off a fake Twitter post is insane. I've never cheated on you, and you know that. I have never dealt with that man. Play that sympathetic role somewhere else." Play that sympathetic role line was the part that generated the most controversy. Kai's fans read it as dismissive of his emotional state. Gigi's defenders read it as pointing out a deliberate framing that Kai's breakup post had positioned him as a victim without explicitly making the accusation, and that the framing invited exactly the kind of mob response she was experiencing. Kai did not respond to Gigi's story. He maintained silence. The weeks that followed were difficult for Gigi's public image. Adin Ross, Cutham, and 6ix9ine were reported to have included her in a group diss track. Fan accounts on Instagram leaned heavily towards sympathy for Kai. Comments described Gigi as having fumbled the relationship, with some going further. By January 1st, the volume had become enough. that Gigi announced in a YouTube vlog at the 28:46 mark specifically that she was stepping back from social media to protect her peace. She was gone from public platforms for over 3 weeks before returning with The Real. The video covers a significant amount of ground. The section that generated the most discussion was her acknowledgement about male friends. She explained that she had male friends prior to dating Kai, and that once they became official, she had continued responding to some of them, something Kai had objected to. She accepted responsibility for that. "I've admitted since day one, I crossed that boundary by answering for him, and I also took accountability and immediately apologized." She was careful to clarify that the contact was not romantic and described the conversations as harmless, but she did not dispute that Kai caught her continuing the communication. This mattered because it was the first public confirmation from either side that there had been genuine conflict within the relationship around her communication with